by yourself, or should I lead it? No answer.
Yeah, go ahead, Banteji. Can you go with the prayer, please?
Okay. Uh, Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Yampi hang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Pātiپātā ವೇರಮಣಿ sikkhapaḍaṃ samādhiyāmi. Adinādānā ವೇರಮಣಿ sikkhapaḍaṃ samādhiyāmi. Kāmesu miccācārā ವೇರಮಣಿ sikkhapaḍaṃ samādhiyāmi. Musāvādā ವೇರಮಣಿ sikkhapaḍaṃ samādhiyāmi. Surameraya Maccapamadatthānā ವೇರಮಣಿ sikkhapaḍaṃ samādhiyāmi. Imāni pañca sikkhapaḍāni sīlena sukhatiṃ yanti. Sīlena bhogasampada. Sīlena nibbutiṃ yanti. Tasmā sīlaṃ visodhaye. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Suttamaya paññā ca cintamaya paññā ca bhavanamaya paññā ca ti. Now on, the essence of teachings of Buddha will be described to promote the faith of all the Buddhists. We're looking for a way of life by learning more about the teaching of Buddha, by the limitation of time. From the very beginning, the teachings of Buddha that I quote is the wisdom, the knowledge. The Buddha mentioned us about where does it come from? Where does wisdom, knowledge come from? Buddha just mentioned topics in Suttanta Pitaka, Tigha Nikaya. He told us there are three ways: Suttamaya Panya, Cintamaya Panya, and Bhavanamaya Panya. Just all three. The first one, Suttamaya Panya, it can translate as wisdom resulting from the or the knowledge that is learned from others. But literally, It means the knowledge resulting from listening. But at this point, it doesn't mean only listening. I mean study. It can be concluded that if you have some if you learn some knowledge or study from external sources, from the books, from the teachers, from the internet, from somewhere else, outside yourself, out there. No matter you listen to it, no matter you read it, no matter you touch it, no matter you do it, this is from external source. It's considered as the wisdom resulting from a study. That's the easiest one, very simple one, because you don't have to do anything with it. You just get what the others done. It's already done. It's there. Like the very good example that I always give to the others. If we ask you what is the result of 22 multiplied by 33, many of them can be answered straight away, but I have to calculate 3, 2, 2, 6, 6, 6, and then it become 726. Where does it come from? We have at 33 powers of 22 things together, and then I count it one by one. No, we just formula. There's a house from the childhood. When E multiplied by 2, it becomes 6, and then you learn more and more and more and more. From the simple 3 by 2, it becomes 33 by 22, it becomes 726. As what I've learned from the others too, is considered as Sutamaya Panya, the wisdom resulting from study. But it's not only from study, because I studied how to multiply 3 by 2, but not 33 by 22. I have to take it and put it into my brain. Let my brain work for it. It's a little bit difficult, but I use the formula from the others, and I adjust by myself. I think by myself to know more. Even though I didn't do it by myself, by counting 33 parts of 22 things in each, it becomes the second step. What Pali did, Cintamaya Panya, the wisdom thought from thought out, the reflection from thinking, use of brain. It becomes internal factor, not external anymore. You learn something from outside and you choose only what is good. You get rid of all the bad things. Take it and blend it, become yours. Second step. A little bit more difficult because you have to use your own intelligence to understand the formula that's given by the others. That's why the external factor is quite easy. You can go to the library and look for the books. You can watch YouTube and look for the answer for blah 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 blah. You look for the book and get some answer from those books. Or you even can ask from teachers, from your relatives, from your parents, from anyone else except it becomes all external factor. And then you bring those into yourself. Use your own intelligence, filter it to classify it, to distinguish which is good and which is bad, which is proper, which is improper, and then bring those to the life to answer your own question. Like what I show you. I have learned how to multiply 3 by 2, not by not with 33 by 22. But because I have learned those before, the fundamental principle before, and then I apply into mine. If you ask another question, how to multiply, oops, 33 by, yeah, it becomes 363 straight away because I knew how to multiply it. I knew the formula. I used to practice it. That's why. That's what. That's my intelligence. A little intelligence. It's not that very complicated. But however, there are those very simple and become more difficult, more advanced, more complicated. Okay. External factors can be found everywhere, anywhere, but internal factor differ from person by person. It because it needs your own, it needs your intelligence to split it and take what you want into yours. That's why in the same class, even though the teacher teaches the same thing, but student can get differently. They understand in different way. That's why some students they are smart, they can learn more, they know more, they understand more. Some students they are a little slow learner, so it takes a lot longer time, a lot of time to understand the same thing, the same knowledge, the same wisdom. That's why you take those formula and think about yourself. Think by yourself. It becomes your knowledge, your bit is that of now is much. Sometimes you cannot use your brain to judge things. Sometimes it's beyond what is called the normal logic, the normal circumstance, the normal scenario that we can understand easily. So that's why, as the Buddha said, there are 3 ways of gaining the knowledge. So what is the third one? The first one is Suttamaya Panya. Suttamaya Panya is outside external factor. The second one, Chintamaya Panya, is internal factors. So what is the third one? Third one is Bhavamaya Panya. The wisdom resulting metal filament. These can be proved easily, but there are a lot of good examples out there. The very good example that I always tell the others is a good example of one of the scientists, a Thai scientist, who used to work at NASA. He's just ordinary scientist, normal scientist who study a lot of science, who believe in the law of science. But fortunately, he grew up in a family who practiced Buddhism. So he a little bit from the family. So when he's alive in America, he practiced sometimes. He visited people sometimes. But however, he have understanding about the Buddhism. So one day when looking for the way to land the rocket into the Mars, the gravity of the Earth and the gravity of the Mars are different. They asked all the scientists who work for NASA to decide the land here, how to land the rocket into Mars. All the scientists joined that project. They decided differently. Many of them, 1,000, but none of them can succeed with this level. None of them. So NASA feel upset. Oh, they plan a lot, but they can land rocket into the Mars. Wow. So but they are still looking for the way. So they ask the scientists outside to, because this doctor, the scientist, the Thai scientist who work for the company who is a subcontract of NASA, not just is not employed directly in NASA. So that's why he didn't get that chance for the first time, in the first chance. So he got that assignment. He used his normal thinking. He used his normal intelligence, normal wisdom, normal knowledge by his brain, trying to decide the landing gear of the rocket and submitted back to the other. But many failed again. One, he decided one day. He tried to use his maximum knowledge to decide, but no matter how hard he tried to think of the way to land the rocket, it always failed in simulator. So he feels disappointed, upset of himself. So one day, feel tired, boring, because he cannot think about it. He went up to the hill, sit at the cliff, sit there, look downward to the town. While spending his time, um, himself. Suddenly, the idea come out. I think about it. And then he grabbed the paper and the pencil, draw everything, and ran back into the town. Again, make it look perfect proposal, perfect project, and send it back. And it worked. It worked. If you ask him, how can you get such idea? May I say, um, I don't know. It's come out, it just pop up from somewhere, pop up to the brain. That's why. That's what we call, Buddha call it, Bhavana Maya Panya, the wisdom resulting from mental development, or just generally from meditation. Because our mind work a lot faster, a lot better than the brain. Brain is equipment that mind use deal with the outside world. Mind is abstract. So when mind would like to show the power, mind would like to have the contact with the outside world, it needs equipment. Our body is the equipment of mind. That's why it's powerful. The knowledge that are hidden there inside our mind. There are a lot of them. Okay. There. So if we practice meditation and we can control such power, we can gain a lot of knowledge from our mind. And because in Buddhism we have a law which cannot be easily break. Only the enlightened one can break this law. Is the law of reincarnation. Wherever you reincarnate, in anywhere, in any form, you accumulate your knowledge from that form, from that dream, from that world, from that life, and all of them were kept, are kept, will be kept within your mind. That's why whenever you're ready, you can use that knowledge, you can use that wisdom. That's where the Bhavana Maya Panya comes from. It comes from yourself, within yourself, deep in there, not just deep within the brain, not just only within this body. Because Sutta Panya is the external factor, Chitta Panya is internal factor within the body, within the brain. But Bhavana Panya is within your mind, which scientists cannot prove directly. That, that's why we need the belief that there are a lot of knowledge hidden within our mind, depend on how many lives that you already reincarnated. Why do you say like this? Because for those who would like to become Buddha, or the Buddha to be, why does Buddha himself told us that he himself had to spend 4 asankhya and more than 100,000 tapa to become Buddha in his life. 4 asankhya, it means 4 uncountable years. As long as you can count how many years, how many lives that you reincarnate, is not sankhya yet. If you start to count, use your maximum knowledge, use your maximum intelligence. Start to count from 1 life, 2 lives, 3 lives, 4 million, 2 million, 10 million, 1,000 million, million, until you forget to count it. You yourself has become one asankhya or one uncountable lives. He had to reincarnate like that for 4 times and accumulate more. That's why Buddha knows all of those. And he encouraged us to know more too. What do we have to know? Is it the Dharma or teaching of Buddha? That? No. There are a lot of Dharmas out there. Not just only what were written inside those three Pitaka, those books. In Thailand, we have 45 volumes. We divided it to be 45 volumes of three Pitaka. But I don't know, maybe someone used to tell me in Sri Lanka they got 3 thick books. They make very, very thick one. But for us, we divide to be not that very thick but small, 45 volumes according to the years of enlightenment. So that's why. But that's quite a lot. But however, Dharma is still out there. So you are the one who have to consider which is suitable for you, which is not suitable for you. Encourage us to study, to know more about the Dharma, not just only rely on his teachings. His teachings are only the guide. That's why when we chant or pray the homage to the Dhamma, we always chant in the way that Yo sotavakato bhagavata namo. The Dhamma is well expounded by the Blessed One, Sanditiko, apparent here and now, Adiko, timeless, Ehipasiko, encourage investigation, Opanayiko, leading onwards, Pachatang Veditapo Vimyuhi, to be experienced individually by the wise. See? Sanditiko, apparent here and now. So you mean whenever you practice, wherever, whenever you practice Dhamma, it's there. Akaliko, timeless. Ehipasiko, encouraging investigation. In Buddhism, we don't stop doubt. We don't stop people from doubting. We don't stop people from questioning. He encouraged us, all of us, to ask questions, to investigate what you have heard, what you have learned, even from me. This is not my first time to join this session. And every time I try to encourage all of you to ask me the question in advance or even while I'm speaking. But sadly, unfortunately, no one is interested in asking questions. That is good. That is not what the Buddha tried to encourage us. If you didn't ask the question, I can continue talking. I keep talking within the topic that I feel comfortable to speak about. But I don't know whether you would like to know about it or not, whether you are ready to listen to it or not. That is a problem. That's why I prefer to talk person to person or person to group. And the group can ask me the question too. But however, in such situation, it cannot be like that. But it's okay. Because when Buddha encourages us to ask a question, it's very good. It's very good, which make the Buddhism different, different from the others. We don't have blind belief, but sometimes it has to be started from the belief. And because from those three ways to gain or accumulate the panya or wisdom. Sutaya panya, the first one, are easy. It because you listen to the others, get the knowledge that that's very true. You grew up with it from the school, from your home, from your workplace, everywhere. You listen to it, listen to the radio, listen to the television, listen to someone's speech, and then you gain more some knowledge. Cinta kami manja, after you listening to it, after you you get it, and then you bring it into your brain. Think about it, calculate it, analyze it, contemplate it, think about it, and then make it become yours, your knowledge. It can be proved, it can be easily seen. But Bhavanamaya Panya is what you have to rely on the belief first and use your experience. Ask yourself, sometimes you can perceive some kind of knowledge by yourself. It comes from nowhere. That's why in some religion, they might say that it because of the angel or messenger informed me to know about this answer. It because of the supreme being up there give me the answer of these questions. Seems that those messenger, the supreme being, they are so free to try to give the answer to everyone. But in Buddhism, as they are not free. They are not that have a lot of free time to keep telling million, thousand people, thousand million people, hundred million people down here on the earth. But we are the one, you yourself, keep telling yourself, but sometimes you can't listen to it because you didn't get used to it. You don't practice meditation until you gain a little bit more power to be able to perceive such a thing in your mind. That's why. Think about when you see someone, you meet someone, and you feel, oh, this one I feel uncomfortable to talk with. Why? No, sometimes you don't even know the answer. You can perceive some kind of feeling, some kind of appearances, some kind of gestures that you consider it uncomfortable for you. That's the way the mind works. When your mind can show up itself, mind have to rely on a kind of equipment. So sometimes your mind create a kind of special feeling, special emotion to let you know. And if you didn't get used to it, if you didn't know how to understand it, you might think that, oh, it have to be the angel, it have to be something, someone, some beings keep telling you something, which can be true and can be wrong, can be false sometimes. Because your mind, everyone's mind, we all have the development. We have the hatred, we have the love, we have the anger mixed with the power of the mind. It makes our mind unclear, make our mind not clear enough to understand something like when you wear the glass and the glass is not that clear to see things unclear according to your glasses. It's the same. Meditation can help you. But think about it. Meditation start from beginning, medium, and advanced. Like if I ask you how to multiply 3 by 2, you can say 6. How about 33 by 22? You can say 226. How about 333 and 222? Uh-oh, you have to think about it. But if you don't know how to multiply 3 by 2, you don't know, you for sure, you kind of think about 333 by 222. Meditation is about the same. When you start practice meditation, takes your time. Start from very beginning, start from the easy one, and then when you feel ready, you can advance yourself, lift up your mind into a certain stage of meditation. Oh, I won't change the topic. Come back to the topic. Okay, come back to the topic of Panya or wisdom. Bhavana Maya Panya, if you have enough power to dig it out, to dig knowledge that are hidden within your mind, you still be blind for it. You have to practice meditation a little more, day by day. Consistency is very important in meditation. Like when you would like to grow up, uh, what, take care of a tree. You don't have to put a lot of fertilizer into it just for a day, or just keep watering it the whole day. But just do it a little by little, day by day. A little fertilizer, a little water, and let the tree grow up by itself. The way you take it, the way you take care of children, you feed them meal by meal, not just big meal for a week and then be stop eating for the whole week. It's impossible. Meditation is about like eating foods, bit by bit, spoon by spoon, and then when you eat enough, when free, when free, get enough fertilizer, get enough water, the fruit will come out. So don't even have to ask for it. Then don't even have to ask for it. Let it by itself. Meditation is the same. When you practice meditation, take it easy. Take your time. Spend your time with it, and then you will be fine. Whenever you have the questions, if you got someone whom you can ask, just ask those. But if you don't have anyone you can ask a question, whom you can ask a question, just ask yourself, that your mind keep that question. Your mind has the special ability to keep everything that you ask. So ask yourself and then complete it. Because you know that you can use your brain to find out the answer. Let the mind find out by itself. Your mind will do its duty. So when your mind learn more about the solution, it will come out by itself too. That's why consistency, being patient, trying to is important keyword for you about those wisdom through meditation. For the third one, Bhavanamaya Panya. Bhavanamaya Panya lead you to the better life, both in this life, next life too. This life can be proved, can be seen, can be heard. The next life, you have to wait. No one can show you. But someone can delude you to see your next life. It's not for sure. If those one is not Buddha, because it's only Buddha who have that strong enough power to know the real future. Some can tell a little bit details about next life, but not all, because we don't have enough power. So we just look at it. Next life is next life. If you have good preparation, it will be fine. If you don't have good preparation, you will be suffered a little bit. Depend on your sins, on your merit, on your actions, physical actions, verbal actions, mental actions, all of those. So the topic of today is wisdom, knowledge, can be gained in three ways. Sutta Maya Panya, that's resulting from study, the wisdom that resulting from study. Cinta Maya Panya, wisdom resulting from thinking, using your brain. And Bhavanamaya Panya, wisdom resulting from mental development. The first one, lowest quality, but it can be fast. The second one, Cintamaya Panya, wisdom resulting from speaking. A better one, better quality, but you have to sacrifice your time. You have to sacrifice your intelligence to be able to gain it, to be able to accumulate it. Third one, the best quality, the great one, the Bhavanamaya Panya, but it takes a lot of resources. It consumes the power of your mind through meditation. So you have to practice meditation to be able to use it, to retrieve it back into your real life. That's why. Okay. So I think it's about time to stop at this point. I still would like to encourage everyone to ask me a question or leave me some notes in case that you would like to listen to a certain topic. So just leave me some, okay? Otherwise, I just blah 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 blah. All right. So at the end, I hope that everyone understands more about the teaching of Buddha and try to bring into your life and then understand more about your life. So thank you for listening. Bye.
Thank you, Banteji. Thank you for enlightening us on a meditation and the importance of how we think and how we practice the meditation. In fact, Buddhism is the world's fastest growing religion because of the meditation. So many people are attracted towards the like Buddhist. And thank you once again for enlightening us on meditation. Thank you. Friends, next we have Tommy George. The topic is, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Next speaker we have Tommy George, and he's going to talk on inner peace for a better world. Now I request Mr. Chatak to introduce Tommy George. Chatak.
Hello. Jai Bhim and Namo Buddhaya to all. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. So my name is Chatak Bhatne from Michigan, and last December I completed my first 10-day Vipassana meditation course, which was organized by Michigan Vipassana Association, and this course was coordinated and managed by the president of Michigan Vipassana Association with many volunteers. So today we have a speaker, Tommy George. He is actually practicing meditation for more than 9 years, and he taught many children Anapana meditation in the Midwest area from last 5 years. So I would like to request Mr. Tommy George to guide us and direct us about Vipassana. Tommy sir, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chatak. Hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, please.
Would you be able to give me permission to share my desktop?
Yes. Just a minute. Okay, now you are presented now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the desktop to be enabled.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it now.
You are now presented, Tommy.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Bande, for the enlightening talk on Cintamaya Panya and Bhavanamaya Panya. So my talk is going to be on experiential wisdom or Bhavanamaya Panya. So I really appreciate and I have deep gratitude for disseminating Buddha's teaching to the community by ANA organizations. So today's topic, as Vivek talked about, is inner peace for a better world, especially as it is considering the Vipassana meditation spreading around the world. And as Chatak mentioned, I do practice Vipassana meditation as taught by S.N. Goenka of Mumbai, India, in the tradition of Sayagyi Uba Khin from Burma. So before we go any further, let us understand what is Vipassana. Vipassana meditation is the personal purification of the mind, one's own mind, through Bhavanamaya Panya. And it is the highest form of awareness, which is the total perception of the entire mind matter phenomena in its true nature, not as we like it to be. And in other words, it can also be said this is a choiceless observation of things as they are. Choiceless in the sense that we do not apply our conditioned memory-based observation on the things, but instead we try to choicelessly be aware of things as they are. Now, Vipassana means to speak things as they really are, and this is the meditation taught by Gautama the Buddha 2500 years ago. You can also say this is an art of living. An art of living in the sense that, it brings inner peace. And once one changes one's own mind, it can actually impact the world around that person. So in that sense, it is an art of living. Today, in the tradition of Sayagyi Uba Khin, as taught by S.N. Goenka, the technique is taught in 10 days residential courses. So it requires 10 days to learn this meditation practice, which starts with Sila, which is morality, and then Samadhi, or the mastery of one's own mind, and then goes to Panna. The Panya is the Bhavanamaya Panya as taught by the Buddha. So that is what is taught during a 10-day course. So every participant gets an opportunity to experience the living wisdom. Now, there are no charges for the courses, not even to cover the cost of food and accommodation. But at the end of the course, if one feels that one has benefited from the practice, from the 10 days, then with the good volition, any donations provided to the organization is accepted with gratitude and solely used for the next batch of students coming in to attend the course. So it's a very pure tradition. Now, I would like to ask Vivek, if you will, to play the video.
Yes, Tommy, I will take care right now. Okay, and I will share the computer. So I will make myself a presenter as well. Okay, so that way I can play this video. Okay, there you go.
This is a simple path talked by S.N. Goenka ji delivered in the United States. It's a 15-minute video.
Science of mind and matter, how the mind is influencing the body, and in return how body is influencing the mind. And it all happens at the depth of the mind. The conscious mind does not know what is happening deep inside. And one keeps on developing a habit pattern of reacting with craving whenever there is a pleasant sensation, reacting with aversion whenever there is a unpleasant sensation. And constantly there are sensations throughout the body, pleasant, unpleasant, pleasant, unpleasant. The conscious mind may not react, but the deep unconscious is constantly reacting. It has become the slave of its own habit pattern of craving, aversion, craving, aversion. All other impurities of the mind, all other defilements of the mind are just product of these two, craving, aversion, craving, aversion. And whenever one generates craving or aversion, one loses the peace of the mind, the harmony of the mind, the balance of the mind. One becomes a miserable person. Without knowing that I am harming myself, one keeps on harming oneself. There are other techniques, we are not here to condemn them. Those techniques work at the surface level of the mind, to calm the mind, perfectly all right, to purify the mind, perfectly all right, but just on the surface level or maybe slightly deeper. But this works, it starts working at the root level. The root level of the mind is constantly in contact with body sensations. Mind and matter are so interconnected, constantly, and there the habit pattern of craving aversion is going on. So you have to break that habit pattern for which you have to go to the depth of the mind. Well, for that you have to make a part of the mind very sharp. So you join attentive codes, and 3 days continuously you have to work observing the breath as it comes in, as it goes out. Natural breath. No breathing exercise, not try to control the breath. Natural breath as it comes in, as it goes out, keeping your attention on a small area below the nostrils, above the upper lip. And because you are with the truth, there is no imagination, there is no verbalization, there is no visualization, there is no self-suggestion or possession. Just the truth that you are experiencing the breath, coming in, going out, coming in, going out, and a small area. Continuously are working for 3 days. This makes the mind very sharp, very sensitive. And at the end of 3 days, one finds that you start feeling subtler realities. Besides the breath, there are so many other realities. You feel sensations in this area, different kinds of sensations, which normally you don't feel. Your mind, conscious mind, feels only very solidified, intensified, intense, gross, unpleasant sensation like pain, pressure. That's easy, people feel it. But there are so many other sensations throughout the body, all the time. Some of them are so subtle, just oscillation, very subtle oscillation. So mind must be trained to feel all kinds of sensations. And then from the 4th day onwards, you feel those sensations throughout the body. So you are developing your faculty to enable you to feel all types of sensations in the body. And another part of Vipassana is when you are aware of sensations, you change the habit pattern, don't react. Whether pleasant sensation, unpleasant sensation, just observe objectively. Whatever is happening, keep on understanding this is not eternal. Whatever sensation arises, does not stay forever. Very unpleasant sensation as a reason. Gross sensation. It arises, seems to stay for some time, but ultimately passes away. Sooner or later passes away. And when it turns into very subtle sensation, that is mere vibration, rising, passing, arising, passing, with great rapidity. So the same characteristic makes no difference. So when you understand that whatever is happening within the framework of the body is constantly changing, that means the entire physical structure, the entire mental structure constantly changing. Something which is constantly changing, what is the sense to react with craving towards it? Or react with aversion towards it? You understand? With the wisdom of your experience. This is not just the intellectual understanding. Now you are experiencing it. So the habit pattern starts changing from the root level. To change the habit pattern at the surface level of the mind, very easy. There are many techniques. You will work on that. It gives result. But then if the impurity is at the depth of the mind, accumulated, time and again, there is a volcanic eruption. It comes on the surface and you are again agitated. The whole equanimity under the surface of the mind is gone. So that is why Buddha taught us to go to the depth of the mind and work with the depth of the mind. So that habit pattern is changed at the root level. If the root is decayed, then the whole tree will be decayed. If the root is healthy, then the whole tree will be healthy. So work at the root level. And he gave this wonderful technique. At the root level, mind is constantly in contact with body and body sensations. If you are aware of that and you are not reacting, your mind is becoming healthier and healthier, more and more wholesome. You live a better life. The mind is pure, free from negativities, free from craving. Then it generates love, compassion, goodwill. Instead of negative emotion, you start generating positive emotion, which is good for you, good for others. When you generate negative emotion, you are the first victim of your negativity. You become so miserable and you make others miserable. Instead of that, if you start generating positive emotion, you feel so much of peace and harmony. And you generate peace and harmony for others also. So you make others also happy. You are happy, others are happy. So this is a way of life, a good way of life, healthy way of life. Instead of making oneself miserable and making others miserable, now you start making yourself happy and make others happy. So this is acceptable by everyone because it is not connected with any religion. There is no dogma, no blind belief, no cult. Science of mind and matter. And you accept only when you experience something. Don't accept because the teacher says so or because the Buddha said so. Nothing. You experience, you find it is good for you, then only accept it. And not only accept, then you live that life. Live a happy life. Blind faith is not involved, and it is so non-sectarian. Anybody can practice. You observe your breath. Now what label you give to the breath? It is not Hindu breath or Buddhist breath or Christian breath. And then later on you start observing the sensations along with the contents of the mind. Say anger arises. There is unpleasant sensation. You can't give label to the anger, Hindu anger or Buddhist anger. Anger is anger. And the sensation that you get is so unpleasant. It is the same with everybody. And when that impurity goes away and you feel so much of peace, harmony, again what label? Peace and harmony is the same for everybody. So non-sectarian and so scientific, no blind faith is involved. It's a pure mental exercise. As you do physical exercise to make the body healthy, to keep the body strong, this is a mental exercise to keep the mind healthy and to keep the mind strong. Good for everyone. That is why people of every religion, every tradition are participating in 10-day Vipassana courses. Today there is no religion in the world whose followers are not coming to 10-day Vipassana courses. When they come, they find it is our religion. Because every religion has the same teaching as the essence. The same teaching is there. Live a moral life. Have a disciplined mind. Have a pure mind full of love, compassion, goodwill, tolerance. This is the teaching of every religion. But how to practice it? There must be some way, some method, some technique. And here comes a technique which helps you. One becomes a good human being. When you're Christian, when you're Christian for the whole life. A Muslim for the whole life. A Hindu for the whole life. A Buddhist, be a good human being. Unless you are a good human being, how can you be a good Christian or good Muslim or good Buddhist? So the main purpose of this technique is to make people good human beings. Peace within. When there is peace within, there will be peace outside. Then only there will be real peace in the world. If the individual is all the time agitated, all the time full of negativity, where is peace? After all, the society is made of individuals. And individuals are so very much unhappy and miserable. And we talk of world peace, world peace, world peace. There can't be world peace. Individuals, of course, it may take time, but once it starts, people will start understanding that there is a way by which, practicing which, we can live a better life, and people start coming. This is what is happening. Last 32 years it has come out of Myanmar. It was maintained in Myanmar for thousands of years, originally from India. Buddha discovered it. And then it was lost in India after 500 years. Different countries it went there also got lost. One country, Myanmar, maintained it. But there are also very few people, only from teacher to pupil, teacher to pupil. The rest of them, they never knew what's happening. Now it has come out, and we find how the world is accepting it. Everywhere people like it because it is result oriented. Not that you will get something after death. After death also you will get, but what you get now is more important here and now, and you get the benefit here and now. People start living more peaceful life. Their capacity to work increases. They are more responsible towards their duties and the human values. Enhancement of human values. That is required everywhere in the world, in every community. And this technique gives that result. Well, I think it is very relevant in today's world. It is always relevant. It was relevant 26 centuries back. There were people who were living very miserable life, harming others. Today, the situation is worse. What terror is going on all around? And in the name of religion, terror is being practiced. These terrorists ignore it because they don't know what they are doing. I see every religion, including the religion of the so-called terrorists, and terrorists is not limited to one community. Every religion, some terrorists, those who are fundamentalist and extremist, and they say that my religion is the best religion, all other religions are useless, so everybody must accept my religion, get converted to my religion, then you'll go to heaven, otherwise you'll go to hell. This kind of thought is harmful. Let people be happy with their own religion, with their own rites, rituals, ceremonies, beliefs. But the inner essence of every religion is the same. Live a moral life. Have a disciplined mind, a pure mind, full of love, compassion, goodwill, tolerance. If that is given more and more importance, then the other things at the surface of the mind, surface of the religion, which differs from one religion to another religion. Let people be happy with their own beliefs and dogmas and rights and rituals. But don't forget the inner essence. So this vipassana helps you to give importance to the inner essence. Live a moral life. Have a controlled mind. Have a pure mind, full of love, compassion, goodwill, acceptable by every religion. Now there is a division between one religion and the other. Actually, if the religion divides, it is no religion. When it unites, then only it is religion. And the inner essence of the religion is always uniting. The outer shell keeps on dividing. So don't give much importance to the outer shell where we differ. Give importance to the inner essence where we agree, all agree. And that is why I feel vipassana is the answer to today's problem. There are so many difficulties not only in the name of religion, but in the name of, say, in business also. One becomes so much greedy, overgreed. Out of overgreed, one starts harming others. One is a millionaire, I must become multimillionaire, billionaire, multi-billionaire. By hook or crook, money must come to me without understanding how I am harming others, the consumers, shareholders. With this technique, when purity comes in the mind, one will never do that. One will earn money, honestly, nothing wrong, without harming the consumers, without becoming dishonest to the shareholders. Then it is good. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong in earning money honestly and make use of it for the good of others also. Make use of it for your maintenance, for the maintenance of your family, maintenance of all those who depend on you. And then also for the good of the society. After the money comes from the society. So a part of it should go to the society with all the compassion, all the love. Otherwise you give donation. A rich man, I give donation. A hospital, I make a school, I make a college. It must be known as Goenka School, Goenka Hospital. Goenka call it, this madness should go. It is not to build your ego. It is compassion, love for others. The volition must be more and more people get benefit from what I earn. My earning is not only for me, it is also for others. Then the whole system gets purified. It is so helpful. And time will come. Because there is so much misery in every field of society. Politicians, they don't care what they are doing. For them, their position, their power, their chair is more important. To get that, they will do anything. And to keep that, they will do anything. But with this, they won't take any wrong action. They will always look that I am here in this position to serve my people. To serve my people. So the attachment to power will become less. Serving people will be more important. So in every field, we must have to be so helpful. And it is helpful. Very helpful. From the student age, we give courses to children in schools, courses to the students in the colleges, and wonderful results are coming. There is memory becomes strong, very sharp. Their ability to understand the subject becomes clearer. And character building, of course, from the childhood, they have got good character building. Similarly, courses are given in the prisons. Hard criminals, these terrorists, when they are in the prison, they take courses, 1 course, 2 course, 3 course. They will change. Change starts coming. The officers in the jail, they can't agree what happened, how it happened. There's no magic, no miracle. It's an exercise. By this exercise, they change themselves. So it is relevant everywhere. There is no complication of this philosophy, that philosophy, believe in this or not believe in this. That creates complication. But simple, you do physical exercise, say you do yoga. It's so simple, but it helps you to keep your body healthy. Similarly, it is so simple, you observe your breath. Then you start observing your sensations. You observe what's happening in your mind and how the mind and body are interrelated. And see how you are reacting. Out of ignorance, you are reacting and harming yourself. Harming yourself. When you realize that, you stop reacting. You don't harm yourself. Nobody wants to harm themselves. It is simple. Only when people have not taken a course, then they keep on thinking, oh, this is not my religion, this is another religion, not by Buddha, so it must be Buddhism. I also had the same fear in my mind because I was born and brought up in a very staunch, conservative Hindu family, and this is Buddhism. No, not for me, not for me. Ultimately, I decided when I heard all this, I said, all right, let me take it as a course. I said, trial, let me see. After giving the trial, I found it was same in our religion also. It is same in every religion, but no practice is there, mere theory. And that theory also gets complicated with this philosophical belief, that philosophical belief. My God will help me. My God will help those who are followers. And this God will help those who are followers of that. And that God, what we have done of the poor God? What we are doing? We have degraded all these things and given so much importance to these things. Not necessary. Importance must be given to morality, which is good for everyone. Let people believe in this God or this philosophy or that philosophy. Don't quarrel. Let people be happy with their own. But don't forget the essence. Essence of every religion is morality, humanity. That is given by this practice. And it is simple, certainly simple. 10 days people have to spare, which looks too much. Oh, 10 days. How can I give 10 days? But once you pass through it, you find these were the best days of my life.
Thank you, Vivek.
You're welcome.
Do you mind if I can switch and share my desktop for a few more minutes?
Yes, I will. Just let me get this taken care. Where am I? Oops. Okay, stop sharing. Let me make you presenter, okay?
All right.
Make a presenter. Okay, you are now a presenter.
Great.
Okay, you are now a presenter, Tommy.
Okay, can you see my desktop? Is my desktop available to you?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay. So thank you for watching the video Inner Peace for a Better World by S.N. Goenka. I wanted to share some more information about Vipassana centers in this tradition in North America. There are currently, I believe, 12 permanent centers in the United States. The closest to, I am from Michigan, so the closest is in Rockford, Illinois, which is about 2 hours to the west from Chicago. Michigan does have an association. We do conduct about 4 or 5 courses every year, about 3 courses for new students and courses for shorter duration like 3 days, 1 day, etc. for old students who have already learned the technique. And of course, there are centers on the west side, Washington, in the Midwest, Minnesota, Wisconsin, many centers in California, Texas. The oldest center is in Massachusetts called Dhammadhara. The word Dhamma is spelled without an R in Pali, and that's why you see Dhamma not as Dharma. We also have about 3 centers in Canada. The closest to Michigan is in Ontario, Canada, and there is also a center in Mexico. And the main center is in Dhammagiri. It is in Igatpuri, about 3 hours north of Bombay, and it can host about 700 to 800 students at any point in time. It's the largest center, and there is also a center to conduct long courses of 20 days to 90 days in duration. They're all silent meditation practices. World over today, there is about 180 places where Vipassana is conducted, of which about 120 are permanent centers where nothing else happens other than Vipassana courses of various duration. Roughly about 100,000 people attend courses every year. In the United States, we have an organization. Like I said, there are no commercial activities practiced at Vipassana centers, including selling of books and media. So there is a separate organization called Pariyati.org in the United States where you can get the books and media. Now, Pariyati, in today's world, you may know the word as Pariyati, which stands for theory, and the Padibhati is the pravritti or the meditation practice itself. So there is opportunity to develop both in theory and in practice. I wanted to show you a few websites if you are interested how to get more information. The main website is dhamma.org. Thank you for sharing that on the chat. And you can apply for the courses. You can find the worldwide directory. The worldwide centers are divided in Africa, Americas, Asia, Europe, and also in the Australia, the Oceania region. This is the website for Michigan Vipassana. The easiest way is perhaps to Google Michigan Vipassana. The URL is mi.us.dhamma.org, and you can find the courses listed on the page and apply online for all of these courses. And the next course for the new students is starting on December 19th, and there are courses listed for next year as well. And the Illinois Vipassana Meditation Center is called Dhamma Prakasa. Prakasa meaning for Prakasa as in Sanskrit. And there are courses every month in Dhamma Prakasa. And this is the Ontario Center for people in Canada. That's one opportunity they can go and attend the courses if you are in Canada or in anywhere close to Canada as well. This is the Pariyati website where you can get the books and other information. Many of the books are like ebooks are downloadable for free, and many of the MP3s are also downloadable for free. Any questions from the audience? I am more than happy to answer. Okay, in the absence of any questions, thank you for listening to the talk. And my email is myladur@msn.com if you need any further information from me. And these are some of the URLs which I already showed you. With that, I conclude my talk, share the merits of this action to all beings, and may all beings be happy. Thank you.
Members, do you have any questions? If you do, please ask Tommy.
Or you could chat in the chat window. I'm also listening there.
Or you can type directly to his chat window, and please go ahead.
Hi, Tammy. This is Bella. Like in introduction, Chatak mentioned that you have Vipassana program for children. So again, there are so many like Vipassana programs. Is there an age limit where we can enroll? Or what are the timings? Because I believe most of them we are working. So what are the days the Vipassana programs are run, and what are the timings? I just want to know.
Sure. For children, the Vipassana meditation is not provided. It is actually the Anapana meditation, the meditation on one's own breath, or the Anapanasati is taught in one-day courses. For the age group from 8 years old, you have to be minimum 8 years, and up to 15 to 16-year-old. The Anapana course is taught. I am a children's course teacher, so it's a very rewarding activity to teach the young children how to grow up in Dhamma and get benefited. So most of the courses are 1 day in duration. So where we start in the morning, where meditation is intermingled with cooperative games and activities, so children learn in a very conducive environment. And unlike adult courses, which is a silent retreat, so here children are allowed to talk during most of the sessions. And for teenagers from 13 to 17, there are 2-day courses, and these are residential, so it is only provided in centers. So if you go to any of these websites, you can apply for children's course. And typically in Michigan, we conduct 1 or 2 courses in the summer months. Does that clarify your question, Dala?
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Tommy, I have a member who's asking a question about the word Pakasa. Is it a Sanskrit or Pali word?
It's actually a Pali word. The equivalent Sanskrit is prakasa.
Oh, Prakasa in Sanskrit.
Means light. Yes, prakasa is the Sanskrit.
Okay, okay, I see. Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. And members, does anyone have any questions? Please go ahead, unmute your mic, or allow me to unmute your mic if you ask questions, and just put in the chat and let us know. So, if you have any questions, please go ahead.
Looks like there are no questions. So thank you, Chatak. Thank you, Ambedkar Association of North America, for organizing this event. On my behalf and Michigan Vipassana Association's behalf, would like to express deep gratitude to all the activities in spreading the words of the Buddha to your community. Thank you.
Thank you, Tamiji. Thank you for joining the session today, and it was our pleasure as well to have you on the session and explaining and expressing the views of meditation, and hopefully the members would also take the advantage in the future, and they may contact you. Is it possible if I can place your phone number, share with the members, if that's okay?
Sure, sure, absolutely.
No problem. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah, so that way, if members want to connect with you directly, that's fine.
Yes. And my number is also available on the Michigan Vipassana website.
Okay.
So this is my cell phone number. Feel free to reach me anytime.
And would it be possible if we can connect Michigan Vipassana link to our website as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, no problem. We are updating our website, so as the new format comes, we will add link, your link to our website as well.
Sure.
Okay. Just the last thing, as we do when new member comes, we introduce. I would like to ask the new member is there today. Sonal, I will unmute you. Okay, Sonal, can you please go ahead and introduce yourself? Sonal, are you there? We can't hear you. Okay, anyway, I think Sonal is not able to hear us, or if she's speaking, we can't hear her. But anyway, Sonal had put it in her chat that she is in Pennsylvania and don't know exactly the city, but she's from India and she's doing her study here. Okay, so we welcome her as well to Anna and Vihara session. Okay, and we look forward to meeting you all again. We just pass the time, but we are within the time limit otherwise. But anyway, and so as always, we'll meet next week, next Sunday, with new agendas. If anybody has anything to speak up, please go ahead with our session. Okay, well, thank you for joining again, and I would will conclude the session. Thank you again. See you next week at the same time, same place. Thanks.
Vivek, I think somebody is speaking.
क्या बोले?
I see somebody is no. Okay.
I'm just retrieving some messages. Just okay. All right, then we'll meet next week. Okay.
Bye.
All right.